Agent agreements and your trust. One of the most important rules for using your trust can also be one of the most difficult to overcome. Beneficiaries cannot receive cash from their trust, as it could be counted as income and have consequence for public benefits eligibility. This can be an obstacle for making unplanned or incidental purchases. For example, the need for everyday items like bath soap, cleaning supplies, or even postage are often not thought of until the moment when they are needed. In these instances, having an appointed trustee's disbursement agent can be very helpful to accessing trust funds. Once appointed, an agent of the trust can make purchases like these on your behalf and be reimbursed by your trust afterward. There are many different people that can serve as an agent of the trust. When choosing someone, it is important to consider how much access you have to the individual. Someone you have regular contact with and can easily reach is the most sensible candidate. Also, someone that can afford to advance the funds for those items you may need is something to keep in mind as well. As an agent of the trust, they can be advanced the funds from your trust to make the purchases and then submit the receipts afterward. It should be noted that this option should only be exercised to troubleshoot a problematic request. It may not always be possible to accommodate an emergency request if it is needed on the weekend or during non-business hours. After you have identified someone to act as an appointed trustee's disbursement agent, that will need to be formally recognized by WISPACT. This is documented by completing the Appointment of Trustees Disbursement Agent form. On the form, we will ask the selected agent to provide their name, address, phone number, social security number, only the last 4 digits are necessary, and date of birth. The form must then be signed by the beneficiary or legal representative, the agent, WISPACT's executive director, and Associated Trust Company's trustee. Once the Appointment of Trustees Disbursement Agent form is on file with WISPACT, your agent can submit requests for reimbursement or advancements. Please note, appointed trustee disbursement agents should only be requesting reimbursements they have made with their funds and not purchases made with the funds of the beneficiary or anyone else. It is important that you and your agent refer to the Advisor Guidebook to be sure that purchases being made are for qualified distributions. This will help prevent an agent from making a purchase that they cannot be reimbursed for, or purchase something with advanced funds that is not an allowable trust fund distribution. Your beneficiary specialist can always be consulted if you are uncertain of a purchase. When making a request for an advancement of funds, it is best to have already identified the intended uses for the funds. This will help you better estimate the amount of funds needed. Receipts submitted to account for the advancements must account for the full amount. For example, if you request $200 from the trust, the receipts should total $200. Usually the amount requested and the amount used differ. The beneficiary will usually contribute a small amount of their funds for purchases. If $200 is requested, the receipts should total slightly more if there is to be any difference. If the agent of the trust has to contribute anything additional, they can be reimbursed that amount after they have submitted the receipts. Agents should allow for normal processing times for receipt of their check. Reimbursement checks can always be sent overnight delivery, and in addition, it is possible to wire transfer reimbursement funds to the agent's bank account, which they will receive the same day. It is important to note that Associated Trust Company charges a fee of $10, and in some instances, the agent's bank may also charge a fee for receiving a wire transfer. Agents can request reimbursement for this expense by providing the documentation from their financial institution of the charge they incurred for receiving the wire transfer. Agents of the trust provide a valuable service to WISPACT beneficiaries. WISPACT staff are always ready to assist in ensuring successful reimbursement and advancement requests.